Hey there. Welcome back there, everybody. It's been a little bit here, but I wanted to do something here because as I think a lot of you saw, the last jersey unboxing I did was a customized jersey from Custom Throwback Jerseys, and I think somebody in the comments section had said this, and I had kind of thought about it too. And he kind of spurred the idea of looking at some of the different uh, types of the different styles, or if there's really a lot of difference between like what place you get a jersey through that's customized. And I thought I would take a little bit of a look at some of these, and because I've got there's a couple here that I got from Ben H Sports, and I'm not exactly sure where. Oh, sorry about that little interruption. Nothing like having a couple of dogs barking. So back to this. I have a few jerseys here. Like I said, I had a couple that I got from Ben H Sports back when he had CCMs, back when he was still carrying the CCM jerseys. And I'm not sure exactly who he went through. I think he might have. I think at one point he was going through. I think he went through Cool Hockey. He went through a couple different places, and he said it's just a complete headache. That's why he doesn't really mess around with trying to get jerseys customized, because he said it's become a headache for him. So he doesn't really deal with a lot of that. But I wanted to look back at some of the jerseys that I have that are customized, or that have been customized through a couple different places, and I kind of wanted to show off if there were really any differences. The first one I kind of wanted to show off here. Of course, anybody who's a big movie nut, they'll remember this, the greatest hockey movie of all time. We all know this one, Slapshot. This, of course, is one of the Hanson brothers, number 16. And this is a jersey that was made by Mad Brothers up in Canada. Well, if we take a look at you might be able to see kind of on the numbers here. You can kind of look and see the kind of threading that they have going on here. It's it's the zigzag stitching, but it looks like it's a little wider. So let's look at the inside here. As you can see, so yeah, you can kind of see it's a little wider of a pattern, but obviously it still works. It sticks. This has never come off. So and of course the numbers on the sleeves, they're a little smaller, obviously, but you can still see it's still kind of the wider stitching there. But yeah. So this was made, of course, show the tag there. Mad Brothers up in Canada. So that's who stitched that. Now, here's another one. This one is one of the ones I have had for 21 years. because I got this one right after they won, not like right after the Stanley Cup, like right before the next season, or right around the start of the next season. I had gotten this one because I really wanted it, and he skated the Stanley Cup in his very last game, and so I wanted a jersey that had his name and number on it with the finals patch. And of course, it's my Ray Bourque, Colorado Avalanche. Now, of course, this has got a little bit of a crease in the number there, but that I think is my fault. It got bunched up for a bit while it was hanging up, I think. But let's take a look here. We'll show the stitching here. This, of course, is this really nice silver that Colorado had on the jersey back in the day. And I mean, you can't even really see that's the interesting thing. You can kind of see it a little bit, like right down there. You can kind of see the stitching, but it's very faint. But as you can tell, it is stitched on. You can kind of tell that. And you might be able to see it a little better here on the numbers on the sleeves. But there you can see it a little bit. The zigzag stitching, the pattern is a little narrower than the Mad Brothers. Now, this was done through River City Sports. And of course, there you can see the stitching work. They're customizing. I mean, they did a fantastic job on this. And of course, we'll see here if I can show. There we go. How they sewed the patch on. I mean, that's some quality work right there. And of course, River City Sports, they're out of Canada also. This jersey, I've had this for a long, like I said, 21 years. So, because this was back when CCM and Koho were still doing the jerseys, and Koho were doing because these were the road jerseys at the time. They were doing the road and the alternates, while CCM did the white homes at the time, which CCM Koho, they were the same company. I mean, they were made the same. Everything was the same. It's just the brand name. But yeah, this was done from River City Sports. As you can see, the customization was really, really nice. And I definitely was a fan of River City Sports. Now, this one, I'm not sure who did the customization on this one. It might have been Hockey Authentic, but this, of course, this is my Claude Giroux Flyers Reverse Retro. Now, if we look at, you can probably see there, the number material is a little more flimsy than some of the others, but it's still not terrible. But I mean, you can kind of tell the zigzag stitching there. It's a little more. It's a little wider than the River City one, but and here's, we'll show the the numbers there, and it's interesting kind of how they did these, because it seems like they really almost overlapped each other on the numbers of these. But I mean, it still looks pretty nice. And again, they're it's not coming off, thankfully. But as we'll see here, as you can probably tell, it is a little wider. these are a little wider than the other two. So, you know, it's not too, it's just it depends on what particular type of sewing machine that they're using. Because I think you can organize, you can set it up for different types of zigzag stitching. But again, I think this was Hockey Authentic. I'm not positive on exactly who did this. I got this, well, the Enforcer snagged this through an eBay auction, and then I went and got it from him. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure who did the customizing on it, but I mean, it is a little, it's a little wider. It is a little wider of a zigzag stitching, but it's still nice. It's still nice, and it's not gonna, it's not really gonna go. It's not going anywhere. This next one, I did get through Hockey Authentic. This is one I had wanted for a long time, and I was finally able to snag it. It is my Joe Sakic Quebec Nordiques. This is a fantastic jersey. Absolutely love it. And I remember when I saw it on Hockey Authentic, I had to get it. I had to, especially when they had it in my size. I'm like, I have to get it. So let's look at the numbers on this one. As you can see, the threading, it's a little, it's kind of a more narrow. It's a more narrow of a stitch. But so yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell with this one. It is a little more. It's not as wide, and I think here we'll show the Captain C here, and you can get kind of a clue there. It's a lot more narrow. A lot more narrower than the brain fart, the Flyers reverse retro. But so yeah, it's a lot narrower. Of course, we'll show the and the interesting thing here, because some of them every now and then they'll put like 2 layers of stitching on here. Yeah, Hockey Authentic, they just did the one. As you can see, it's pretty narrow. It's a pretty narrow pattern, and it's and there's no right way or wrong way to do it, as long as it looks good and it's not going to come off. So, as long as it's, as the threading is not going to start stripping off, where then the numbers start peeling off, we don't want that. So, but here's another one. This is another one. I got this one from Ben. Again, back when he had CCMs. And of course, this is my Alex Ovechkin jersey. Now, this one, of course, you can see the stitching. It's a pretty narrow stitch, but it looks good. Numbers aren't coming off. And was this one of the ones that had the two? No, this one still has just the 1 layer. That's good. So you can see here. Come on. As you can see there, the stitching, of course, really nice Really nice zigzag stitching. And again, it's not real wide. A lot, because like I said, some of them are narrower than this. Some are styles like that, and some are a lot more wider. It just depends on who you go through. And like I said, I think this was Cool Hockey that he went through. I think. But yeah, he doesn't deal with customized jerseys anymore. This one here, this is another one I got from Ben. I'm not sure who he got this one through. This, of course, this is my Ray Bourque Boston Bruin jersey. Love this one. Absolutely love this jersey. This is one of the ones that, let's see, is it? Yep. This is one of the ones, it has that multi-layer. It's got the multi-layer stitching to it. They literally stitched each particular layer down. It's literally like they sewed this thing. They sewed this 3 times. We'll show it here on the back too. They literally, it does. It literally looks like they sewed this. Now this side it looks like they sewed twice. They sewed the yellow. They sewed the yellow part, which is the top layer, and the black layer together. They kind of sewed it all together. And then, of course, it's like they sewed the yellow layer to it, and then the black layer was already sewed on top of the white layer, and then they sewed them on together. It's interesting how some places do that. Like I said, I'm not sure which one did this one. Still, not bad at all. Like I said, there's not really a right way or a wrong way. Some of them they're just stitched around once. Some of them are stitched around more than once. This is one that is stitched around more than once. It's still an awesome jersey. Still absolutely phenomenal. This one is, I got this one through Ben, but yeah, again, I'm not sure who exactly he went through, but this has double layer stitching to it. But again, the double layer stitching is not bad, because that way you're almost guaranteed numbers are not coming off. Threading is not going to be a problem on this one. Numbers aren't coming off. None of that. So that's a really good one. And then, of course, the last one that I just got done, you guys just saw it in one of the last videos. This one from Custom Throwback Jerseys, my Wayne Gretzky St. Louis Blues. Now this one, of course, as you can see, here's the 3 layers. We'll show the captain's C first. You can see how they did the zigzag stitching on there. Now this one, they almost kind of overlap each other also, but not quite. But this one also, this is done. This is only sewed once around. They sewed around the C just once, and of course there, the zigzag stitching is a little different looking. It's a little different looking. It's still the zigzag stitching. It's a little different looking, a little bit wider, but still really, really nice. And of course here the numbers show off how they did the 9s. You can kind of see there in the light. Like I said, they kind of overlap almost. There's a little piece there, but still, they did that really, really nice. And again, no complaints whatsoever. And so yeah, it's really, really nice how they did that. And the numbers, of course, on the back, get down here, get down underneath. And, of course, they only did it once. They only did the one. They didn't do 2 or 3 layers. They only did the one. Once around the edge. Once around the edge of the number to tack it down. And again, the stitching is a little bit different looking. It's a little wider, a little bit of a different look, but it's the professional zigzag stitch, and they did an absolutely phenomenal job. And I definitely custom throwback jerseys. Now, of course, some people are a little curious about custom throwback jerseys, which I can kind of understand. Because a lot of people are thinking that, they might do fakes, because they do a lot of, and they have a lot up on their site of the vintage CCM. Like this is a vintage CCM, and they're like, how do they have all these jerseys if CCM doesn't make them anymore? Good question. I'm not sure. It does kind of make me wonder, if they have just a giant warehouse that they just stocked up, all the sizes. I don't know. But I know some people were a little concerned that you might order a vintage jersey from there thinking you'll get a vintage CCM like this, and it ends up being a fake. Now, obviously, because some people have been concerned about that, but the reviews that I have seen, nobody's gotten a fake. And I mean, I've looked at reviews on, not just on their site, but on the internet, on a couple different places. Even on the ones not just their review site, but a couple of the other ones, they still give them a 4.6 out of 5 stars. Still pretty good. Still really a really high rating. And again, I had not seen anybody talk about getting a fake from them. I haven't seen anybody post any pictures, on their site or whatever in a review saying what the hell is this? This is a fake. This is BS. I haven't seen that, so I don't know. It is the kind of thing, it does kind of make you wonder, because CCM has not been able to make the vintage ones in a long time. So it does kind of make you wonder how they have all of these CCM jerseys. I'm assuming that they're not fakes, because something would tell me if they got a reputation of selling fakes, where you order a customized jersey, you think you're going to get, say, a Wayne Gretzky St. Louis Blues 1995-96 style. You order one of these for $230, you get this in the mail 6-8 weeks later, or whatever the lead times are right now, which I know the lead times can be a little long, but again, I've said, if you don't mind waiting a little bit, trust me, it'll be worth the wait. But if you ordered one of these and it was 6, 8, 10 weeks later, you get it, and it's customized and everything, but the jersey's a fake, something tells me people would not be very happy. Now, and what they would most likely do, not only would they not be happy, but they'd be calling them, they'd be contacting them, and I would think there would be a number of reviews of people saying, don't go through this company, they sell fakes, they're garbage, they're, this, that, and the other. I have not seen one like that. Not one. Not one review, not one complaint of anybody getting a fake jersey from Custom Throwback Jerseys. So, I don't know how they, I don't know. I don't know how they have the big stock of CCMs that they have, obviously, but they have them. I mean, you can buy it. I mean, they're all over their website. Different players, your own name and number, whatever you're wanting. It's, and I mean, I've only ordered once through them, and again, I think it turned out really well. This is a legit CCM vintage style. Because trust me, as somebody who collects and has a ton of the CCMs, I will know a fake CCM if I see it. I can tell the fakes, the fake Reeboks, the fake Adidases. I could tell the fake CCMs because they can't do it quality wise. The material would be wrong, the colors would be wrong, and so yeah, the collar of course would be wrong. This is legit. This is a legit 1995-96 style St. Louis Blues jersey with Wayne Gretzky on the back. And yeah, so until I'm literally proven otherwise, if I order something else from Custom Throwback Jerseys, they send it to me and it's a fake, then I'll be like, okay, maybe this company ain't so reputable. But until that happens, that's a great jersey. That's an awesome company. And they were and they told me when I made the order too. They said, because we're still in this weird time, a lot of people still aren't going back to work, and they're short staffed, so the lead times are a little long. They're not as quick as they were before 2020. So I mean, it's a little longer, but they let me know that right away. Within a day of the order, they let me know that they got the order, but here's what's going on. Here's this might be this might take a little while longer than normal. And they even have the lead time thing on their site that says what their times are. So they were very good about that. And again, if you're in no hurry to get that, if you place the order and you're really in no hurry to get that, trust me, when it comes in, beautiful. It will look fantastic, and I think you will love their product. Again, every review I've read has been great quality, great jersey, just awesome. So if you're looking for an old school CCM style throwback, no matter what team, I mean, they have them all. They even have the Cleveland Barons, which CCM didn't really ever order, or they never really made, but apparently they have Cleveland Baron jerseys. So that's kind of cool too. But give their site a look. There's a lot of things, and they admit it's more than just the NHL jerseys. They have baseball, they have football, they have basketball, they have all the sports, all the 4 major sports. So give them a look. I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially if you find one that you really like and you want to order it. Order it. And again, if you don't mind waiting a little bit for it, I don't think you'll be disappointed when it shows up. It's pretty darn good. So that should do it. Those are, of course, some of the different customization styles, some of the different zigzag stitching styles that are on some of the jerseys, depending on then they're from different companies. So I mean, they're all a little different, and I mean, even like this one, this is an Adidas. This is one of the Adidas Team Classics, and they do, I mean, they do really well on this too. And this one, oddly enough, with Adidas, they put that backing. They sew into the backing on there, so that's not going anywhere, which is really really nice. And I mean, you can kind of tell the stitching there, but but they have that white backing that they sew into, and it's great. And then they peel the rest of it off, and it's just that. So yeah, the stitching and everything ain't going anywhere. So that's pretty cool. So that should do it for me. I thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you were able to make it all the way through. And like I said, there's no really right or wrong way to do these jersey customizations, especially if you go through somewhere like Cool Hockey, like Hockey Authentic, like Custom Throwback Jerseys, like River City Sports. There's really not a bad way to do it, unless they are just absolutely that horrible at their jobs. There's not really a bad way to do that. If you go all the way through, check out those different styles. They're not going anywhere. The threading's not going anywhere. It's all pretty good quality. So I thank you guys for getting through this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if there's new people that just happen to tune in, hopefully they like the video. Hopefully they think I did a good enough job where they hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I can do a good enough job to earn their subscription, because the more people that subscribe, the more eyes can get on the channel, and the more it can grow. So hopefully, yeah, take a gander at some of those other places. Look at the customizations, and yeah, custom throwback jerseys, definitely give them a look. I don't think you'll be disappointed with them. So I thank you guys for being here. Again, if you're new, hit that like button. If you like the video, if you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I've done a good enough job to earn that. And if you want to tell your friends about the channel, if they're big hockey jersey nuts, tell them about the channel. Send them here. Hopefully they'll like the videos, and hopefully they'll subscribe too. So I thank you guys for being here, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon.